welcome to a brand new episode of Formula Pod. We are talking all about the Japanese Grand Prix a week late. We're sorry, guys. Life took more precedence than everything else in between. But here we are. And yeah, it was a pretty. I'll say I cannot call that interesting, but I'll say it's a pretty okay race. But like, yeah, the guys will tell a lot more. Joining me definitely is the usual gang. Nathan and Mihir. Hello, howdy, how you guys?
Hi, how are you guys? I'm great. Thanks for asking, Arjun. It's been a very hectic week, but we live. I'm actually sad because there's another month of no racing. The next race is on 1st of May, if I'm
Man,
not
you
wrong.
just you just broke the pot at the
Yeah,
at the
well,
start.
honestly, May is so far because we just started March.
I know. We're in April to be
Sorry,
very
we just
honest.
started April. No, March, April. Yeah, something like that. You see how bad it is because when Formula season starts, right? You actually know when the dates are and the months
Yeah.
are, but there's such big gaps now. Like being a wedding planner, I think that's a really bad thing. I think I should get my game together. Messing up my days. Anyway, Nathan, how do you feel?
Doing great, actually. Um, it's safe to say that Arjun and I are doing well and alive and well, honestly. No, it's been kind of chaotic this past week. But hey, here we are talking about the Japanese Grand Prix. So let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. Like, a race, a race. How I'll say that. You qualifying, I got really shocked when Max Verstappen got out on quali, especially Q2. When Japan is like, where when we always think about the Suzuka circuit, it's always Red Bull's strong ground. And then this time, Max was struggling his life out. But kudos to Kimi Antonelli, now officially bagging the championship lead, the youngest one, in fact. And the last time someone did this was Ascari back in 1951. It's been that old, like an Italian leading the championship. And who was Ascari racing for? Was it Ferrari?
It
I don't
was
know. Was it
Ferrari,
Ferrari?
Arjun.
It was
Obviously, it was Ferrari. I mean, come on. It's an Italian in the 50s. Which other Italian would
the Ferrari guy
drive another
felt
car?
it. The Ferrari guy felt it so much. When like, is it Ferrari?
Of course, it is Ferrari.
Well, like yeah, and you know, randomly, I was just reading this. Antonelli was supposed to be signed up into the Ferrari Driver Academy, but then Ferrari team principal ended up saying he's just too young, and then Toto Wolff took the gamble on him with sponsoring him.
I wonder who that team principal was.
I don't know. I starts with an M. I forgot his name.
Yeah, he's now controlling Mihir's favorite team, actually.
Not
Audi.
Mattia. It's not. It was not Mattia. It's not Mattia.
Oh,
was
is it
someone
Arriva
else.
Bene? Oh man, he had a good run as a team principal. Yeah, I miss the guy actually. He was a nice dude.
Nice dude. Really.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Okay. We'll we'll kind of keep it there and come back to 2026. But like yeah, I don't know if you guys have realized. McLaren finally started coming back. Again, finally the Oscar finished one race and won that definitely into the podiums. But I don't know, like, has the pecking order kind of changed in the McLaren garage? Or is it just that the number one car is not catching up with number 81? What do you guys think?
Okay. I feel like a lot of people don't really understand this part, but it's the fact that a lot of teams are gonna start leveling up, upgrading their cars as they go. And
Mhm.
I was 100% sure that McLaren was gonna get to a par where they were like, okay, enough is enough. We've seen ups and downs. We've seen what we're good at, what we're bad at. More of what we're bad
Mhm.
at than what we're good at.
Okay.
And now it's time for them to actually sit down, win races, and start counting days of how many races they have left. Also, I feel like there's such a big advantage now because the gaps between races are a month. So the
Yeah.
drivers and the teams are more invested in what they could potentially do. So now there's more at stake because now they can't make mistakes because they have such a long duration of research, R&D, and just focusing on, okay, this is what we need to do. This is so they can really focus on the small details that can actually win them races.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nathan?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I think first of all, let's welcome back McLaren to this championship. They finally woken up. But I mean, in terms of the pecking order, I think it was very clear last year with the way that Piastri started off. He started off very well, and I kind of expect that going forward, maybe the McLaren driver that is leading the team would be Oscar Piastri. But let's also not forget that Norris has not had a good run and a good car under him as of yet. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he was the victim of one of the problems with his energy store in China. And if I'm not mistaken, he still had issues in practice and qualifying, if I'm not wrong, where he really uh, basically couldn't feel comfortable with the car. And Suzuka is that type of track where you need to be one with the car or else it's just going to lose you time. And you could just see that in probably Lando's race, and you could definitely see that in Max Verstappen's qualifying. I mean, if you don't have confidence in the car, it's just going to slow you throughout the whole lap. And there is also another thing that's slowing other drivers throughout the whole lap, and that's the unbelievable super, I don't know how many adjectives you can put to it, but the super mega clipping, whatever you want to call it. I mean, guys, I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
seriously getting a bit too much. It's like a joke at this point. And Suzuka, the best part about Suzuka is the fact that sector 1 is just corners and it's just the S's, and it's beautiful once you have a car that's hooked on to the lap. Sector 2 is a very technical sector where you have that hairpin, so you have to really worry about getting that the right entry point and exit point into it. And then you have the spoon into sector 3 and the famous 130R. But it's just heartbreaking to see cars slow down as soon as you approach 130R. I mean, what do you guys think about that? I mean, it's I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Well, yeah, like it. I don't know if you guys saw what Max Verstappen said. Because Max Verstappen ended up saying that I'm not even frustrated anymore. I'm long past that stage. And this is Max Verstappen out of all people saying this. Okay. Even though like days like the car is not even working to his way. But yeah, with the super clipping thing, again, now especially with what has happened after Suzuka with Ollie Bearman and that 50G crash, clearly this is something which FIA really, really, really needs to nip it off. Because otherwise, this is going to happen even further. The GDPA already mentioned this to FIA and FOM long time ago, being like something like this will happen. And what was the difference? 40 kilometers, if I'm not wrong, between Franco Colapinto and Ollie Bearman. But
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
like realize that this guy's got the keys charging. At the same time, we've got Ollie Bearman trying to go in, locks up, and then like gets into that damage.
Yeah, and it
Like
was a scary crash too. You don't normally see a lot of drivers, coming out of that crash limping. I mean, it,
yeah,
it was it was
I
it was
actually
very scary.
I actually felt genuinely concerned for him, being like, okay, this guy break his knee or something, or what was it? it was horrific seeing that kind of accident, especially if you have seen that on the onboards. Like I did a separate onboard view through the F1 TV Pro app, and it was super scary. But yeah, I to be very honest, this is just becoming like all drivers are saying they can't. Especially, I don't know if you guys saw even the super clipping thing coming up into qualifying and how it's
Yeah.
affecting the qualifying laps. Charles Leclerc just call it like, what do you call? He's getting everything on the corners, but on the straight he doesn't have battery.
Yeah.
Especially what do you call, go through the 130R and then you go straight onto that main straight, and there's no battery left. Like I said this in the very first episode when Lewis started asking his race engineer for more power. There's no power.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, these guys seriously need to do something.
They need to
Seriously
change
have to do
something up.
something.
They definitely need to change something up because look, I think Max even highlighted this. The whole part of qualifying is to push flat out, and if you have to kind of tactically use your energy in qualifying and ensure that you are sort of lifting and coasting in a
Mm-hmm.
qualifying session, it just defeats the whole purpose of a flying lap. In
Mm-hmm.
some ways it's more of like a calculated risk lap. I don't know, it just really takes out the whole fun of qualifying. I mean, the best part of qualifying is when these drivers, they throw the cars into a corner and you see them like sort of lose it in exit or lose it into entry. um, and out of all the tracks, this track is beautiful during qualifying, especially when you get all the sectors right. But with these versions of the cars, I mean, at this moment, I mean, more than Suzuka, I'm not looking forward to other tracks which have longer straights. And I'm talking about Baku and Las Vegas. I mean, if it's gonna, if the battery situation's not gonna get resolved by then it's going to be a very disappointing Formula One season.
In fact, you're saying this. George Russell actually missed his podium just because of a software issue.
Yeah, yeah. Can I talk about this? Because
Yeah,
I
go
really
go
want to
go
talk
ahead, go
about
ahead,
this because
go ahead, go
I've
ahead.
had it with this. Okay, so what I personally think about this whole system. Oh my god, I'm throwing my things around. Sorry.
Mihir just like started
Here
raging
just
at
being
me. his
chaotic
whole
as
his
usual.
whole his his
No, I'm not chaotic. I got super excited for this. Okay, so when you have such an important role, right? I just feel like a software is such a thing that should be to, perfect to the nick. Okay, tire situation, tire strategy, race strategy, that can all vary, right? Because it really
Mm-hmm.
depends on the day and other drivers and weather and how everything else works. So those are variables that can change.
Yeah,
Software is something that you need to be hands on 100% to make
yeah.
sure that everything is perfect till the time he crosses the checkered flag. Okay, that is something that you could potentially. That's one of the. I won't say 90% of the reason why, because that's stupid. But I was gonna say at least it accumulates to 25% of the race. So if that's perfect, then the chances of you winning a race is 25%, right? And if that lowers down, then what do you say? And it's such a crucial thing to have, is to have the software ready and up and running, right? You can have engine issues, which is fine because you're really pushing the car to the limit. So that's absolutely okay. FIA needs to talk about this. I think the whole car has been a blunder. Like, I'm not even blaming Mercedes. I'm just blaming the whole design of the car. And with the what do you call the flap going upside down, right side up? What is that called again?
Macarena, the Macarena wing.
Hey, Marker. Sorry, I love that song. uh, I think that's phenomenal. I think that's great. Any active aerodynamic, I love, but because it makes racing more interesting. But
No, I
I
think
don't
that
know.
is the only part where now for these cars they can do whatever they can, because previously it was the ground effects. Now it's
Hmm.
these active aero, they can make it work. Because
Yeah.
say if you look at by the likes of Alpine's aerodynamic package is really good. Versus you compare that with the Red Bull. Red Bull's PU is really good. The drivers also say the PU is brilliant. The only issue for them is the chassis. They got a shitty chassis, which again they got to find out something in order to improve that chassis.
Hmm.
But coming back to with this George Russell situation, it's just that apparently he had to press. He ended up pressing a button and did a gear shift at the same time, which caused the power unit to go into a super clip and charge the battery, which allowed Charles to pass.
which reminds me
So,
of a a certain interviewer who asked Nico Rosberg a question about Niki Lauda once telling us that you can take a trained monkey, put him in a cockpit, and he's able to drive the car. And then 30 years later, there's too many buttons on the steering wheel.
oh,
Just
I remember that.
yeah. You remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that. Like he was asked that in the Abu Dhabi race,
he did. Yeah,
and
he
then
did.
Sebastian said, "Can you just repeat the question once again?"
Exactly. It was a very long question. I mean, if you don't know the clip, you should definitely check that out on YouTube. It's hilarious. But too many buttons, less more? Question mark? I mean, there's a lot of things that drivers need to be worried about now more than ever, because it's that whole strategy of you're not just dealing with an ice anymore. You're not just dealing with a combustion engine. You're dealing with the battery as well, and
Hmm.
that's why you know a lot of people said that if drivers go to Formula E, understand how harvesting and how Formula E modes work, then they would probably have a better idea. But I completely disagree with that. Let's keep Formula E as Formula E and Formula One as Formula One, and let's make it an ice championship. I mean, I miss having an ice, guys. And when I mean by an ice, I mean like a full-fledged ice, and you probably have the battery for probably curves. I mean, the one thing that probably the 2014 regulations got right was the idea of having that battery just for a boost. The whole curves ERS system. But to have 50% of it be battery as well just makes it a completely different formula.
Yeah. Well, clearly, now with this race being done, and actually, like before Miami, Formula One has this system where this kind of a policy with additional developments on the power units. And apparently, on this list, Mercedes gets no upgrades. Red Bull doesn't get any upgrade. Ferrari engines, Honda engines, and Audi engines get what do you call approvals to additionally develop their engines and get that deficit with Mercedes, because Mercedes is now kept as the benchmark.
Yeah.
But on that related note, for Aston Martin, for the Honda engine, it during an energy recovery phase, that car actually loses 136 horsepower during charging its battery. That's why it's dead slow. And I got to give this kudos to Fernando. One, of course, being a dad for sure,
Yeah.
but number two, finishing a race despite that car that sits and vibrates and gives and puts this guy on a risk of nerve damage. He at least finished the race on the week his kid was born. That
I
was
think
like
he had
a
to do
definite.
it.
He
I
had
think
to
he
do it.
had
He's
to
just
do
like,
it. Yeah.
I'm just excited. Probably it'll just be. I'm just excited that now the kid is there and I can just kind of get this thing all done with.
No, I mean, I think more than the kid, I think he has to understand that, I mean, Honda is from Japan, so it would be kind of sad if in your home engine suppliers race, you have both the cars sort of DNFing with just car issues and engine trouble. So kudos to Alonso, honestly, and I hope his hands are okay.
Well, clearly we've got things going on, and of course, I wanna also take a moment to say, ST Bestie, good job on the race. ST Bestie got the last point, and then he's finally being like, okay, fine, you know what? I'm now stepping up to the challenge. Now that Bearman's hit himself, got himself off, and now Carlos Sainz, who's the new GDPA guy, managed to just be like, this is good. Now we have got time to do things rather than sit and wait further on what's new about it. But ST Bestie is getting his act together. So kudos to him. But yeah, Nathan, to your previous question, it's the Ferrari team principal who ignored Antonelli was his name starts with the Maurizio.
Yeah, arriva bene. Yeah,
I couldn't pronounce the last name. Sorry, my bad.
yeah, Mr. Arriva Bene is, yeah.
We always used to tell about the Red Bull second seat was the cursed seat, right?
Yeah.
But Isaac Hadjar has tried to kind of prove it wrong. And he, for the first time, as a second Red Bull driver, outqualified Max for all the 3 races for the season.
I also
This-
see another correlation. Weirdly, I also see
Okay, go
another
ahead.
correlation, and the correlation is that the second driver's seat is not cursed anymore if the car is bad. Think about it. Yeah.
When was the
I
last
mean-
time Red Bull's car was bad?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
you probably
That's-
have
that-
to go.
that-
That's a
That's
great
the
question.
question.
That's the yeah.
You probably have to
You-
go back to
you know when a-
2019, 2020, 2019,
No,
2020.
it was still good.
Oh, I mean,
2020
when I
was-
mean by bad, I mean by not in front winning races, left, right, and center. That's what I mean. But yeah, I mean, look, big up to Isaac Hadjar. He was kind of carrying the name of Red Bull during qualifying. But I feel like it's we can talk about how good Isaac Hadjar is, and he's a great driver. Obviously, nothing. I'm not going to say anything that's going to be against that. But I feel like when Max does not have that confidence, under the car, you see a different person altogether. I mean, I don't know who that is. That is definitely not Max Verstappen, because, well, the Max Verstappen that I know is the one that raced at the Nordschleife and won by 1 minute, but unfortunately got disqualified because the Mercedes team
Poor guy.
didn't count how many tires that they used up in the whole session. So look, he's an out and out race driver. He's an out and out winner. And once he has a car underneath him, he will, first of all, be 4/10 at least, minimum 4/10 ahead of his teammate and 4/10 ahead of everyone else in the field. But Red Bull has a lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to do. And like you
So much
mentioned,
work to
Arjun,
do.
the chassis is something that they have to work on. And they are very much missing Adrian Newey now,
Adrian Newey.
more than before, Yeah, so they got to figure that out.
Let's actually talk about Adrian Newey. It's said that he's going to step down from his role, and they're going to try getting another team principal.
Actually,
And
yeah,
this is what their fifth team principal
yeah, I mean, actually,
in
more
like
than
4 years. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
First it
more
was
than
Mike Crack and Andy Cowell.
Why do you say
The
it
name
like
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
Crack.
that?
No,
Why
his
do
name
you
is Mike
don't
Crack.
repeat it? Just no, man. We're not talking about your crack.
Oh
See, he
God,
went
no.
there. He went there.
Why?
Here, this is on you, bro. We were not talking
He
No,
about
you
that.
started it. He said my crack, my crack.
Dude, seriously, dude. Yeah, but now it's said that Jonathan Wheatley is expected to go there. someone else says it may be Christian Horner. It's like, what do you call, Pandora's book in terms of who's going to become the team principal at Aston Martin. But anything go.
I actually have a question from here, and I've always been wanting to ask this. Did Jonathan's exit surprise you? And well, I mean, do you think anything's going to change now for Audi?
I think it was surprising because you just don't leave at early stages. This team's still building. Yes, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure from investors, team, anyone who's working under you and with you. At very early stages for Audi, like you're supposed to stick together at least for a year, and then you leave. Then that's justified. When you
Yeah.
leave in a couple of months, it really shows not your character, but also how difficult it is to actually manage a team.
But
And when a person,
it sounded so weird. Like the team statement sounded so sus, being like, for personal reasons he's going, and clearly till that weekend he was like all fine, all good.
Yeah.
And especially the effective immediate puts it a lot different.
it is difficult for any of us to predict what he's going through, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's just stress. Maybe it's his age. Maybe there's so many other matters. Because handling a Formula One team is not just ABC. It goes all the
Mm-hmm.
way to Z, right? So you have to really take care of the small details as well. So, said that, it's weird for him to just leave, but it also shows, like I said before, takes a lot of courage to be responsible of things that you aren't really responsible of. So
Yeah.
let's see what's the next move Audi does. I mean, they shouldn't be that far off from actually getting another replacement. I'm pretty sure
time
he would have
being-
made that move.
Yeah.
Sorry?
How does it feel to have Mattia taking the wheel for the interim position?
No comment.
I've been waiting to. I have been dying to ask this question ever since this happened. There is a reason why I sent the thing on the group.
He started scratching his arm and he goes, I gotta ask me here.
No, we had a
Oh.
fun time with Mattia and Ferrari, so no, I think he's going to be okay because it's an interim role, and he's not going to hopefully take that team principal role. I'm pretty sure that you guys will definitely find someone, and I also hope that
You
Jonathan's exit.
guys, I'm not, relax. You guys, I'm not fully Audi. There's only-
Let me
I'm
make
a
it clear,
German
he's not a fully Audi.
I'm a German supporter. Anything involved in German automobile, I will support.
Oh, okay. I see.
I keep
I see.
changing every race, I assume.
But guys,
But
I don't know if you.
Yes, tell me.
I don't know if you guys have seen the news that what we talking Verstappen going for Nürburgring, Nordschleife, and all. Lance Stroll is going to make a debut for GT3 in Paul Ricard.
Nice.
I'm
He's
like,
following the
Lance
Max
Stroll.
Verstappen route. Yeah. But he
Like-
has a team. He has a team, obviously, because
It's his dad. It's his dad
Yeah,
bankrolling
exactly.
the money.
Yeah. But I really hope that goes well for him. I mean, if he is able to find, himself in that racing series, I'm all for it.
And if
I've-
he
I've-
wants, and he can open the seat for someone else.
I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen. But, we've always called him the, Mr. Mr. Consistently being inconsistent,
Yeah.
But I hope he kind of finds some sort of consistency. I mean, the team is not even in the right place for him to, kind of fight for points or anything like that. In Aston Martin, at least in Formula One. So maybe he needs a change. Maybe he needs something else. Maybe he's, the Canadian Max Verstappen. I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Canadian Max Verstappen? You
You-
serious?
I
I feel like
mean,
Nathan just wants attention. Why would you say that?
Look, I know.
You
I'm
know
just
our
saying.
listeners will kill you.
I mean, go for it at this point. I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's go to another topic.
On another topic, there has now come stats of the Destructors Championship after the Japanese Grand Prix. Topping this is the current championship leader, Kimi Antonelli,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
with a damage cost of $907,000 within 3 races.
Damn.
And this is followed by Ollie Bearman with just $100,000 less at $807,000, followed by Oscar Piastri $641,000, Isaac Hadjar $574,000, Sergio Perez $410,000, Max Verstappen $350,000, Esteban at $260,000, Albon $260,000, Franco Colapinto $200,000, George Russell at $150,000. So we have seen the newest team, Cadillac, get a set of damage, but not as bad as the best friends, Kimi Antonelli and Oliver Bearman. Any thoughts on this?
Let's hope the cat. Sorry, Mihir, go ahead.
No, Nathan, go ahead.
Let's hope that Cadillac does not end up, topping this table, because the last thing that they want is to top this table, at least, as a new team, being in the sport, kind of losing money because it's a new team and spare parts is going to be it's going to be kind of like something that's going to be a scarcity for them. So to ensure that their drivers are in check. I know that the 410 probably is an accumulation of what's happened in these 3 races, but that move that Sergio pulled off in China in the start of the race against Valtteri, that didn't help, of course. Very ballsy move though by Perez, but they should hopefully keep it clean, and hopefully they don't lose out on parts as a new team.
Yeah, I think this was the same thing with Williams when Logan Sargent was racing for them.
Yeah.
Because of how frequently this guy ended up crashing the car. But a very random general knowledge question. In the Formula One grid, do you know which car is the heaviest and by how much kilos?
For some reason, I want to guess Audi, considering they just started.
Audi is under the limit, to be very honest.
They're actually under the limit, yeah. If I'm not wrong, are they overweight by 26 kilos or 24 kilos or something like that?
26.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it Williams?
Yes.
Is it Williams? Yeah.
It's Williams.
My next guess is going to be Williams. Sorry.
Yeah.
26 kgs, and that car is slow. And I don't know if you guys saw how Carlos Sainz was struggling to defend his position. And where did this guy finish, though? Where did this guy finish? He finished P15. Like, he was struggling with Arvid Lindblad. And finished it from the race leader by about 65 seconds. From the race leader.
65 seconds.
Yeah. And that's bad. And I don't know, even if, say, the same thing with Albon. Albon only finished 51 laps. He didn't finish all 53 laps.
Yeah, he ended up doing like some sort of test session.
He ended
up pitting
I started
a lot
seeing
of times.
that. He ended up pitting 5 times.
Yeah.
Because they were like, they know the race is not working to their advantage. Might as well just do some pit stop practices. Or some race simulations. James is a data guy, so why not?
Yeah.
Just like so surprising. Like Williams ends up pulling stuff like this. But yeah, on a very relatable note, Lewis Hamilton's race engineer will be confirmed by Miami. It's not going to be his current. It's not going to be his current race engineer. It's going to be this guy. He used to be a McLaren race and performance engineer for Lando Norris. I forgot his name. It's some Carlos something something. What
Yeah,
was
I
his
know
name?
that his name has a
I forgot
Grosjean
it.
in it. I know that.
Yeah, it has got a Grosjean. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's a return of Grosjean to the Formula One paddock.
Oh my god, what is this guy's name? I'm now very curious. Uh,
It's okay, bro. He's
what was his
Grosjean.
name? Okay, what do you mean? Oh, just consider I'm dumb and explain, please.
Explain what?
Oh wait, I got the name. His name is Cedric Michael Grosjean.
Yeah.
So apparently he's been closely shadowing Hamilton since the start of the season, learning his preferences, data points, and how Ferrari handles the in race comms. So he has been getting some sort of lessons in and out. So hopefully, I would want Hamilton to win a race. I just want him to win a race. So fingers crossed. If that happens, well and great.
He will, hopefully, if Fred Vesser's words are true. He does say that come Miami, the whole championship is going to be different. Um, so who knows? He said that we're going to have a new championship starting in Miami. So
No, I think this
uh,
1 month, all the teams are going to take full advantage because they don't have to do any of the travels and bits. They will be in their factories, getting their bit done, and I'm pretty sure they will do whatever they have to.
yeah, then I would assume that it's going to hopefully give Ferrari an advantage because it's not just aerodynamic and chassis parts that they can upgrade. They're now also eligible for engine um, upgrades, PU upgrades as well. So they have an opportunity to kind of revamp the car and close the gap to Mercedes.
Yeah. Here, anything to add to that?
No, not really. I feel like um most of it's quite like general knowledge. I feel like all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys have really said a lot and insightful thing. Uh, if I had to add anything, it would most probably be the same thing.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys even saw the official FIA statement after this Bearman's accident. They put out like the statement being like it. Well, reading that, it's pretty embarrassing for FIA. To be very honest, like after 3 races, trying to rework the full formula when clearly they could have just kind of kept it as it is. Like I would, for me to be very honest, I would have just liked that chassis to be updated, have a lighter chassis, but still have the old engines. Like, what do you guys think?
Yeah, keep the active aero as well. I mean, that's like the one thing that works with this formula.
Yeah,
I mean,
Well,
I
remove the
yeah.
ground effects and keep the active aero. Just do
yeah,
that.
yeah, really love active aero. It's kind of like a pretty cool thing to have. I mean, at least as long as it's uh, not just a DRS, we have something that kind of pushes. And see, look, the best thing about active aero is the fact that teams can come up with multiple solutions for it, like the Macarena wing in Ferrari, and like the different design in Alpine as well. That rear wing is what's making
Yeah,
them really quick, and one of the reasons why Pierre Gasly probably finished ahead of Max Verstappen in this race.
but like the fastest driver for the Japanese Grand Prix wasn't an Alpine; it was an Audi.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, it was Nico Hülkenberg.
the Speed
Yeah,
Master.
the
I wasn't
Speedmaster
expecting
for
that.
yeah, and neither was I, but it was Nico Hülkenberg. He ended up recording what 350 kph.
Damn.
Yeah,
In an Audi.
Yeah.
Which is insane to think about, by the way. And on a track like this, right? On a track like
Exactly.
Suzuka. Yeah. Yeah.
So
350
hence,
kph.
hence why my reaction. I was like, I wasn't expecting that at all, and I was like, geez, all right,
What were you
Yeah.
I'm happy
expecting?
for.
Like, what were you expecting other than an Alpine? We would have said.
I would expect like Ferrari or Mercedes or McLaren, but not to, no.
If I'm not wrong, I don't think Ferrari have I think Ferrari have been the slowest when it's come to the Speedmaster.
Yeah, because
They've
Ferrari's top speed, I think, cancels out at what, 328?
yeah.
Because Ferrari
They
isn't
they
fast.
yeah.
Ferrari isn't fast. It's just that it's very it's got good corner speed,
Yeah.
I
but
mean,
on the
that's what
straights,
all about,
it's
right?
Yeah. That is true.
yeah.
It is
But
true.
you know, like
It's not a drag
it's like
race. It's more like a, again, how do you differentiate a Formula One car and a normal like drag racing? Like this car can have like 1,000 horsepower, but if the car can't turn at high speeds, then it's not qualified as a Formula One car. So I guess in that way, I guess Ferrari's doing a great thing because if it's faster on the corners than a straight line, then it's fine. As long as the car's stable, sticks to the ground, and has the ability and gives the driver confidence that, you know what, I can still turn a very tight corner anything above 150 kilometers per hour. So for me, that's perfectly fine because
okay.
I guess um, an Audi going faster in a straight line just means that they don't have the advantage of having a quick turn. So whenever there's a straight line, they could really just go through without having to focus on aerodynamics in early stages. So I guess that's the right strategy to go for.
Nathan,
I
anything
know
to add
it
to
just
that?
it's a guess because Nathan, let's be honest, Audi just started, so they
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have that kind of experience to be in like fast corner turns, right? Corner turns, but
Mm-hmm.
since they have the advantage of, okay, you know what, let's just, when there's, because every finish line is a straight line, so why don't we focus on winning that side and see that if we can pull off any miracles by just overtaking.
I don't know why this guy sounds like Brad Pitt from the F1 movie, being like, let's not, let's focus, let the car perform to combat than attack. Wait, what was that the line? I don't know. It was something to do with combat.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, if you're not good at one thing, then there has to be another way you're good at something else, right?
Yeah,
And let's just
yeah, yeah,
focus
yeah,
on that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
nathan's
pretty
just
much.
Nathan's just in his own world trying to get some mathematical theory out. He's just looking up in the sky and he's like, you know what,
No, I assume
Nathan,
that
what are you thinking?
no, I
Well,
assume
yeah,
I see
the world wants to know what's happening. Go on.
no, I assume that one of the reasons why the Ferrari is like turned down when it comes to the Speedmaster is another thing that we see is the fact that it's just been this mighty reliable engine. I mean, everyone else had to change parts to their engine,
Hmm.
every other car
Yeah,
manufacturer,
yeah, yeah.
apart from Ferrari. So, look, I think maybe they're playing the long game, and with these additional PU upgrades, maybe they just want to ensure that they probably would run the safest engine mode that they can, and they just get more power out of it without sort of you know making the car unreliable. The whole idea of kind of pushing the limits with the engine, um, and sort of balancing reliability is what makes Formula One an interesting formula. So, you know, end of the day, it's going to be a very interesting few months, considering that these people have these additional upgrades to the engine. So let's see if the Speedmaster records change over the coming few races.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw with Leclerc and Hamilton. Hamilton just they didn't have any power to kind of defend Leclerc. So I was just looking through this data, and apparently Leclerc, when in Hamilton's slipstream with the overtake mode on, reached a speed of 330 kph, versus Hamilton, when on a slipstream, was just at 318. He didn't have ER. Apparently, his ERS ended up having a bug that he couldn't defend Russell for long, and then had to give cede the position to Russell.
Yeah,
Like you
it's
guys
all
know, like all of a sudden he started struggling to like once Leclerc passed through.
yeah. But then again, it's funny. The only team that's kind of like carrying this championship, no offense to Mercedes, but it's been Ferrari on the track. I mean, if it wasn't for that battle with Lewis and Leclerc, I mean, what other sort of you know uh, moment or highlight would you talk about from this race? Obviously, apart from the crash of Ollie Bearman and um, all of that. I mean, it's kind of crazy to see that in some ways, even with Ferrari having good starts, I mean, McLaren, didn't look too shabby. The starts. It was
Yeah.
the only driver that, I mean, is just unfortunate, and he said that he's going to work on it now. Mr. Kimi Antonelli, his starts. I think once he perfects them, I think Mercedes would have kind of good starts, but it's pretty scary. Maybe Ferrari doesn't have that same sort of advantage now when it comes to starts, by the looks of how McLaren have been starting with these cars.
Well, clearly, this guy needs to work something out. To be very honest, Kimi, yeah, with his starts are one that's again, you may say it's bothering, but he somehow manages to recover, and he unleashes all those horses in that W16, the W16, right, or W17. I don't know why am I kind 16. Thank you. Yeah. So let's kind of see how that goes. This 1 month is clearly something for them to kind of work their magic out in terms of how they're going to come up. Ferrari's now said that they will be coming up with new parts. The McLaren are
Sorry,
ring
17. Sorry.
W17. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Sorry. My bad. Sorry.
I know it is fine. Yeah. So
I
yeah. So it's just that now Ferrari is expected to come back to Miami a lot stronger. So and it kind of is giving me a bit of confidence for some reason. I don't know why. I hope Nathan feels the same after the race. After the race, not before the race. After the race.
it's
But no, name here, go on.
I keep going back to the fact that the next race is in a month. Like that's what's pissing me off more than anything.
You know, I saw one of a Formula One fan, and I've asked him, "What's your favorite track?" He's like, "Miami." I was like, "What?
Why
Seriously?"
did he say that? Why did he say? Why
He's
did
like,
you ask him why?
he's like, yeah. I asked him why. I'm like, he's like, no, I like because it's got so much turns. I'm like, what? I got a bit surprised. Like, someone saying Miami is their favorite racetrack.
This it's crazy, and I want to say this out as well because obviously as Formula One proper fans, we know the technical side, we know where the
Yeah.
car can be best analyzed, and a lot of people just
Mm-hmm.
watch it for the because they love cars, they love Formula One, they love speed, or
Yeah.
they love a few teams, or their friends are watching it, and it really comes to show that there's so many ideas and thoughts about like
Yeah.
Formula One. So you know what? When someone says something unexpected, I'm just point like I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's your point of view for a certain reason. Maybe he started off watching Formula One because of Miami. race. So you never know. So I just have that kind of good on you. At least you got to a point where you're investing yourself in a sport that is so now it's Disneyfied. I feel like now everyone watches Formula One because it's a fashion now, right? Like watching Formula One. But
Yeah.
having the actual knowledge about Formula One and really investing your time and energy with your already busy life, that sets you apart.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's better to just listen to those people and just be like, you know what, one day you'll understand. But for now, if this is what you're holding on to, then great. Because I have so many of my clients come in and they're like, yeah, we watch Formula One. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So who's your favorite driver? Oh, Red Bull. And I was like, yeah, but I asked the driver, not the team. Oh, Max. I was like, okay, on what basis? Oh, Red Bull seems like a very fast car in previous years. I was like, okay. I have
Thank
nothing
God
to
it.
say because if that's the knowledge you have, then,
Exactly.
fair enough.
No, this is like when I first who was it? Yeah, when the first time I met Nyla from the F1 Club UAE, she was like, "Oh, my favorite driver is Lance Stroll," and I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wait a minute."
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, he races really well," and I'm like, "No."
I know. Even when I told them I support when I support Audi, they were like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "But you need to understand that the satisfaction of them winning races because they're a new team,
Yeah.
so you can see the build up of what they have created in the last few weeks, months, or years.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me is like that to me is amazing. Like that's something that I would absolutely love to do. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Nathan. Do you want to have some input in this, or are you just gonna sulk?
Oh, what do you mean?
Hulk.
It
Wow,
seems like you're
that.
sulking a bit. Do you
Sulk,
miss Formula One too much?
of
If
course.
we're talking about sulking,
Yeah.
then both of you guys, again, more than Nathan, I think it's you, Mihir, who sulks a lot more.
Yeah, I live in London. What do you flippin' expect? I look forward for
Oh,
this podcast, and then when it's great talking to you guys, and now then I have to shut it down because I have to do errands or work or just have my life going to no seeing
Mate,
any
it's a
sunrise.
Sunday.
Yeah, there's no Sunday and there's no Sunday in London. It's rain day or it's grey day.
or it's
Wow.
just day.
Anyways,
Yeah, I'll keep
before
complaining. Can you just change the topic?
that's what I'm kind of doing right now. Before
Thanks.
wrapping the whole thing up, I just want to say, if you compare last year's drivers championship versus this year's drivers championship, last year the gap between Norris and Verstappen after 3 rounds was just 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
This time it's 9 points between Antonelli and Russell. Russell is at 63, Antonelli is at 72. Like 63, his race number for sure. Versus last year it was 62, 61, 49. Oh, funnily, third place is last year and this year is 49. Oscar Piastri got 49 points. Charles Leclerc got 49 points. It's pretty interesting. But guess what? Last year, in the top 10 after 3 races, Lance Stroll was there in 10th position, which is very unusual. Very, I don't even know what to say, but
Surprising is the word I think you're looking for.
yeah. Well, comparing to last year and this year, clearly new faces for sure. Instead of Alex Albon, we got Pierre Gasly. For Ocon, we got Bearman. For Stroll, we've got Lawson. Anyways, we will do another episode talking about the performances of all races. All races, lol. We're going to do a bit of a dissection in terms of each car on our very next episode. And yeah, thanks for tuning on to another episode of Formula Pod. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And you support us on our socials. That's Formula.pod. And yeah, until next time, this is the entire gang signing off. Goodbye, and yeah, enjoy the 5 weeks of no racing action. We'll see you in the middle, and then after the Miami Grand Prix. Bye.